Everyone tells you that speed kills. They are wrong. Speed is just a number. What actually kills new riders is panic, poor physics, and bad habits. You can crash at 20 miles per hour just as easily as you can at 100 if you don't understand how a motorcycle thinks. Today on Motopazzo, we are analyzing the 10 real reasons why 90% of new riders end up on the asphalt in their first year. If you want to survive the streets, you need to master these.
Mistake number 1 is the most common cause of solo accidents: target fixation. It is a survival instinct that works against you. When human beings sense danger, like a car pulling out, a pothole, or a guardrail, our brain forces us to stare at it. On a motorcycle, your body unconsciously steers where your eyes are locked. If you stare at the guardrail, you will hit the guardrail. It feels like a magnet pulling you in. You tell your hands to turn away, but the bike won't listen because your body position is following your eyes. The solution: you must reprogram your brain. When you see a danger, acknowledge it, and then immediately forcefully snap your head to look at the gap next to it. Look for the solution, not the problem. If you are running wide in a corner, do not look at the ditch. Look physically over your shoulder at the exit of the turn. The bike will magically follow.
Mistake number 2 is the death grip. This happens in a panic situation. A car cuts you off and your instinct screams stop. Your hand clenches the front brake lever like a hammer. When you grab the front brake abruptly, all the weight of the bike slams onto the front tire instantly. The suspension bottoms out, the tire is overwhelmed, and it locks up. Once that front wheel locks, you have about half a second before you are sliding on your face. This is called a low side, and it happens before you even know you're falling. The solution? You need to learn progressive braking. Think of the brake lever like a lemon. You don't smash a lemon, you squeeze it. The initial pull should be gentle to load the suspension, and then you increase the pressure firmly. It happens fast, but that split-second squeeze gives the tire time to grip the asphalt before you apply full power. Practice this in a parking lot until it becomes muscle memory. Number 3 isn't your fault, but it is your problem. It's the sorry mate, I didn't see you. This is the number 1 cause of multi-vehicle accidents. Drivers are not looking for motorcycles, they're looking for cars. A motorcycle is small, and due to a phenomenon called motion camouflage, if you are riding directly towards a car at a steady speed, you appear to be stationary to their brain. They look right at you, see nothing, and pull out. The solution? Never assume eye contact means they see you. When approaching an intersection where a car is waiting, do the Smidsy weave. Gently weave your bike slightly left and right within your lane. This lateral motion breaks the camouflage and makes you visible to the human eye. Be ready to brake, covering the lever, and always have an escape route planned. Assume they will pull out every single time. Mistake number 4 is trusting your tires too soon. You watch MotoGP, you see them dragging knees, and you think your bike can do the same. It can, but not when it's cold. Rubber needs heat to be sticky. When you first leave your garage or after you've stopped for a long lunch, your tires are hard and cold. They offer a fraction of the grip they have when warm. New riders often crash within the first 2 miles of a ride because they try to lean the bike into a roundabout or an on-ramp with cold rubber. The solution? Give your tires time to wake up. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes of riding to get heat into the carcass of the tire. Don't weave back and forth, that does almost nothing. Hard acceleration and braking generate heat faster. Treat the first few miles of every ride like you are riding on wet pavement. Respect the cold. Number 5 is a cornering error, the early apex. This is the silent killer on canyon roads. When new riders get nervous about a corner, they turn in too early because they want to get the turn over with. By turning in too soon, early apex, you point the bike towards the outside of the corner on the exit. You run out of road. You end up drifting into the oncoming lane, danger, or off the road into the dirt. This isn't about speed, it's about geometry. The solution: you need to be patient. Wait. Stay on the outside of the lane longer than you think you need to. By turning in later, late apex, you can see further through the corner, and your exit line will point you safely down the straightaway, not into the bushes. Late apex is safer, smoother, and actually faster.